It's that Panda again. I'm here again with another video, and today we're me looking at the developer feedback. I will say that I am doing this off my phone, by the way, just because my internet's been really funky and my computer won't connect. So I've been kind of forced to do videos off my phone, play off my phone, etc. I did want to take a day in between the drama and do a little video like this so we can all take a breather before we hop back into it, okay? Because I'll probably upload at least 2 to 3 more videos on that, and then I'll probably end it there unless something really big happens again. My plan is to go back to some, some like, what's it called? I wanted to do some more guides on like heroes and stuff. So hopefully I can get back around to that, and hopefully my computer starts working so I can do those videos. Okay, that being said, let's hop right into this. And yeah, also, I actually did this video already, but but my computer, I can't upload the video. So okay, starting developer feedback. Question. All right, question one. Are there any update plans for the second half of the year? Will there be any exciting events or new content? In the second half of 2024, we will be launching numerous exciting features that are designed to provide commanders with a more immersive and comprehensive gaming experience. I mean, can't really complain. I mean, as long as they don't drop the bag, on these new events, I mean, something new is always good to me. New collaboration, awaken your childhood memories. Guess what it'll be? I'm only going to assume that this collaboration has something to do with, like, for example, a hero, maybe like May, for example, and I guess we'll just have to see how that is. Next are the hero skins, okay? So in addition to new heroes, we will also be adding brand new hero skins. Hero skins will affect both appearance and attributes, making every hero unique and powerful. I do hope that they don't add too many attributes here. I do think hero skins in themselves are actually a really good feature to add, not because we want goofy looking skins, but because I understand that games at the end of the day are looking to make money, make sure that they are having kind of a steady profit flow, right? And it only makes sense for these games to somehow milk us, right? And I understand people don't like that, but it is just how it is, right? That's the world. And ideally, I would prefer this over something like Workshop and stuff, as long as the skin buffs are actually not massive, and this is still maybe a way for them to earn money from people, pretty passively. Brand new Alliance competitive gameplay, experience a whole new level of, whole new perspective with casual competitive gameplay between alliances. I mean, this is kind of vague because I imagine this isn't like a PvP event because it says between alliances, if it's as if it's something like Alliance League, for example. Survivor system, gather survivors, unlock automatic management, and easily improve your game experience. I think some people had already shown me some screenshots actually, and this was like some testing that there was already being done on it. I think Armor Red actually did a video on it like 2 months ago or something, and I think people actually overreacted because this seems like a quality of life type thing. For example, maybe you're gonna be able to put survivors on your farm or on your wood thing or whatever, right? And they'll maybe passively collect the resources and you won't have to always click on them. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, or if, just however that's going to work. Hopefully it is going to kind of manage well. Biochemical beasts. Biochemical beasts will join the battlefield. Will join the battlefield to fight alongside you. All right, can't totally complain there. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen what these biochemical beasts can do. Hopefully, they do provide something exciting, something different, because I am looking forward to something like this. I just hope that they don't provide some insane buffs. How you will obtain the biochemical beast, unknown so far, obviously. Maybe it's going to be an alliance skill. Maybe it's going to be something that you capture. Not really sure, but I'm looking forward to it. Question 2. Will there be another world championship in the future? Answer. Thank you very much for your support and love for our first offline event. Indeed, we are actively preparing for the next World Championship. We are planning to upgrade and improve the championship format to create an even more exciting event. We will look forward to meeting commanders from all over the world again in 2025 and to witness the thrilling showdown between top players and the exciting matches. I do hope that with this other world championship, they'll do some other event format. For example, Genesis War, right? Fighting over all the objectives up mid for an hour or something. That could be very exciting. I mean, it just really depends how well they run stuff. And like, I don't want them to do pump A every single time, obviously, because that can get stale. And I do think that this would be good at making sure the hype still stays up for the event. Also, if they do the event and you're watching this, devs, admin, whatever, feel free to invite your boy Panda again, okay? I felt like I did an all right job at commentating, okay? Question 3. My battle center and lookout tower have reached the maximum level, but I still have a large number of victory badges and outpost toolboxes remaining. I hope I can trade or give them away. Answer: we have noticed an excess of victory badges and outpost toolboxes in our commander's bags. We are considering, obviously letting people use them to redeem items. Can't complain about that. I have a ton of those. Question 4. Will the top commander defeat enemies mission come back? Answer: thank you for your feedback. Unfortunately, the defeat enemies mission has sometimes been exploited for unfair point farming behavior in the top commander event. In order to prevent this situation from happening, we have decided to temporarily take down the defeat enemies mission. We are actively seeking for solutions, blah, blah, blah. I actually kind of hate this because, for one, a player like me, I just don't really have many ways to obtain points. Can't do research anymore. Can't do construction anymore. Those are really out the window. It's really hard without spending, obviously, to train enough troops to rank really well in top commander, so it's just a bit annoying, a bit frustrating sometimes. And I understand it just is how it is, and you kind of have to deal with it. So I can't complain too much. It's just, like I said, a little bit frustrating. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like there's no way for them to fix this completely without people still abusing it. I mean, they had already done a pretty good job by reducing the amount of points you were able to get, the more kills you got. So, you weren't generally able to get first place simply off of killing, 300 million troops, right? You get my point, guys. All right, and question 5, and is this the last one? No, okay. Can you allow R4 and R5 members to choose who participates in Archipelago Raid and Genesis War, just like the recovery of Pompey? Thank you for your suggestion. We understand that you wish to manage and have control over your members' participation. Unlike Archipelago Raid, though, and Genesis War, the recovery of Pompey has only a limited number of 30 people that can enter the map at the same time. This is why, R4s and R5s can select people. I mean, that seems like a bad explanation, but either way, honestly, I can't complain about this. I think it's pretty simple. And maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm overlooking some other people's difficulties or something, but it's always been simple to me to just remove people temporarily when registering, as long as they're gone by reset, when registration goes through and, it ends, right, you'll be fine. So I generally don't have an issue with how it's already managed. I feel like having to select members could possibly be annoying. I don't know. Question 6. Will Genesis War permanently replace Island Raid or Dark Seal, or will they still be in regular rotation? A6. Thank you for your interest. Genesis War is a newly launched gameplay that represents the interactive update of the game content. It aims to provide players with a completely fresh and unique experience. This does not mean that Island Raid and Dark Seal will be permanently replaced. At present, Dark Seal is undergoing improvements as we strive to deliver an exceptional gaming experience for commanders. We have plans to reintroduce it in the future. Meanwhile, Island Raid is undergoing improvements and will be relaunched at the appropriate time to meet the expectations of commanders. Honestly, I didn't have the biggest issue with Island Raid. I do like the fact that it is simple. I know some people don't like that and are like, oh, well, it should have more. For example, Cement on Zombies and Archipelago Raid. It adds a level of layer and complexity to the event itself. But realistically, when it comes down to that, I do think that sometimes people just prefer simple. People like to be able to just bash heads and that's it, don't have to go through all these difficult tasks along the way. I think if it was Island Raid and maybe they changed the maps constantly or maybe gave you different maps each Island Raid, that could be kind of cool. But I don't think that they need to make it all that different, in my personal opinion. Question 7. And is this the last one? God damn, dude. Please remake or upgrade older legendary heroes to make them more competitive. I freaking remember this. We attach great importance to the role of heroes in the game, and we are actively working on hero skins as new features at the moment. These skins not only bring visual changes to the heroes, but also indirectly enhance their competitiveness. This answer overall is just kind of funny to me. It seemed like they completely avoided what people, I guess, had asked about it. They're just like, "Oh, we got new skins, we're not gonna improve the heroes." And I can actually get behind this, to be honest, because, I do think that if, like, for example, Hank or something randomly gets this crazy buff that makes him really good, it's just gonna be one of those things that constantly changes the game balance, right? And it's gonna be kind of annoying because imagine I invest in a new hero planning to be ahead of everybody and, be prepared to kind of go crazy, even if it's only for a few months, and that hero is going to kind of still be, let's say prevalent, right? But obviously, maybe not the top hero in a few months. Just in general, you invest in that hero and imagine they're like, all right, we're buffing Hank randomly and now he's like the field god, right? Just in general, I don't actually like the idea of them doing that and changing stuff too much. Like, I can understand slight adjustments in heroes, but I don't really want them making older heroes on par with new heroes. And, I say that as a person who has awakened a lot of these older heroes. Um, Question 8. Are there any plans to adjust the matchmaking system and rewards for Genesis War as they are not very reasonable? Thank you for your valuable feedback and suggestions for Genesis War. In order to further enhance your gaming experience, we plan to temporarily cancel the next Genesis War and make the following optimizations. Also, when they say they plan to cancel it, if you guys had not read or you guys had not watched the video where and actually had really low views, so there's more likely odds that you didn't watch it. But if you did watch it, you would have seen when we went through the what's it called survey, they basically mentioned that there was going to be a 3-day Genesis War, then a 5-day, there would be a 3-day, and then it would be Archipelago Raid, and it'll kind of go in that order. They do end up saying here that, and I don't know if they say it in this one exactly, but I know they've said it somewhere in the game that they ended up removing the 5-day one, and it's just 3 days now. So I don't know how they're going to put those in order, but that's that. Yeah, they temporarily cancel that one. It does show Island Raid on the interface, by the way, so we might be getting Island Raid instead of Genesis War for this next one. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, blah blah blah. And actually, did they dodge the question on rewards? I'm actually kind of confused. Okay, so war zone adjustment. We will divide the war zones into 3 based off the alliance might and adjust the rewards distributed accordingly. So there's Apex Warzone, which is ranks 1 through 64, Elite Warzone, which is ranked 65 through 256, and there's Fearless Warzone, which is 257 through 2000 alliances. I like this a lot more. And the reason I like the 3-day format was because there were a lot less alliances that you had in a bracket. And I think, having too many alliances does make it really hard to have really good matchmaking. Not to mention, if you're randomly getting paired, for example, if you're the 256 alliance and you potentially pair up against the first alliance, it is kind of unfair given that when you think about it, all the way down to 256, you might have like 4 billion alliances somehow making it into Apex, at least in the previous format. And this divide does feel a little bit better, and I actually kind of like this one. They do say they're adjusting the central zone opening time, which is going to be the 13 through 14 UTC time, which does not change, and 17 through 18 UTC, which is, replaced from, which was the 21 through 22 UTC time. I don't love this a lot. I don't think that they changed a lot. I don't think they made it that much better when it comes down to times. I really wish that they would have either added more times, meaning that you're doing more fights, or I don't know, maybe they even opened up the towers earlier on mid before like mid itself opens up. I just think that some of this stuff is a little bit poor. On the last day of the battle, the central area of the innermost ring, will be open for the contest. It will be adjusted to only open once a day from 13 to 15 UTC. So this is basically saying, if you make it to, I guess, the last ring and you do that final fight, there's only going to be one fight, which is going to actually be a 2-hour fight instead of, the 1 hour and then 1 hour at different times. And if you miss this 13 through 15 UTC time mark, I mean, you're just screwed when it comes down to the fight for mid, which is kind of crazy. Number 3, reward adjustment. The alliances that advance the innermost ring will have their rewards adjusted to rank 1 through 4 rewards based on their point ranking. I actually don't understand what this means exactly. If somebody wants to explain how this works, I'm a little dull. Next, event duration adjustment. The original Genesis War with 5 rings will be canceled and will be adjusted to only have 3 rings. Yeah, the 3 rings one means a lot less alliances in each bracket. I think it's like 32 alliances in each bracket, which is really nice. Uh, yeah, and obviously it's a 3-day fight instead of a 5-day one. 5. Super weapon adjustment. The super weapons can be obtained through the buffed hunt event and will be at maximum level without the need for additional upgrades. I actually think that this is a W update right here. I do think being able to obtain them earlier is nice, not only because it'll kind of provide an objective, right? Because you're gonna be fighting over, I guess, these. Because I think this is when you hit the zombies that spawn or whatever, and I guess they might end up dropping the super weapons. But not only will this create some sort of objective, what I also like about this is, so I'm stumbling on my words, but I like that this might create fights earlier out. For example, if you get the super weapon, let's say at the start of the event, maybe an hour in or something, there's more chance that you're going to get rallied, or there's going to be rallies going back and forth, or people fighting over that super weapon instead of you waiting, the full however many hours to actually fight. And this also is nice because one thing that was kind of annoying was when you did that first fight in Genesis War, people would get the super weapon, and by the time the actual round ended, people would drop a shield using the super weapon, and the shield only lasts for 8 hours, and you can only use it once a day. But realistically, what's the point of the super weapon shield? Because the second this shield drops, you're going into the next fight basically, right? And then you don't even, and there are some exceptions, but a lot of the time, and in our case, this was a lot of the time, we couldn't even focus on the bases that had the super weapons, and we couldn't attack it outside of the 8-hour mark because whatever, right? Like it just made it really hard to do the event and snatch these super weapons. Rally. I hope the super weapons aren't as good as they are at maximum level, right? Like the other super weapons being max. Because, for example, the March one, there's one that gives a 90% extra March capacity. Being able to run a 600k March round or whatever the case is absolutely mad, dude. Like I was getting swarmed on a tower, and that March just obliterated me, like basically like a rally. But yeah, rally time adjustments in Genesis War Battlefield. The time required for a rally will be shortened to optimize your gaming experience. This, I think, is good. They don't mention how the rally time will be shortened, but I think that this was necessary since this is such a short fight. Having 5-minute rallies seems a bit ludicrous, right? That being said, that is about it to all the developer feedback. I want to hear what you guys have to think about it. And I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys have a great day or night, though. And I will see you guys in the next one. And that is about it.